So good morning and Jai Hind everyone. So dear students, this is geography period and the chapter which we are going to discuss is major domains of the earth. Dear students, as you know that our earth is the only planet in the solar system known to have life. Means among all the 8 planets, only earth is having life. Earth is having life. Among the other 7 planets, or they are too near or too away from the sun. Becoming too near from the sun, it means they are very hot, and if they are away from the sun, then it means they are very cold and unable to sustain life. But Earth's situation or location is ideal, you can say, in the solar system. That's why there is life on the Earth. Life exists on Earth due to the presence of 3 main domains, dear students: land, water and air. And these 3 domains represent the 3 states in which matter exists: solid, liquid and gas. The land mass which provide living space for humans, animals and plants represent the solid domain of the earth, and that is known as lithosphere. I am repeating it one more time. The land masses which provide living space for humans, animals and plants, and they represent the solid domains of the earth, it is called the lithosphere. The land masses which provide space, they are lithosphere. They are the part of lithosphere. Now the oceans, seas and other water bodies which fill the depressions of the earth's surface, they represent the liquid domain, and it is called the hydrosphere. Dear students, the vast expanse of air around the earth represents the gaseous domain. It is called the atmosphere. And the narrow zone of contact between land, water and air, where all the forms of life exist, and that is known as biosphere. So first of all, we will discuss about lithosphere. So dear student, the surface of the earth is made up of land and water. Land covers 29% of the earth's surface, while water covers about 71% of the earth's surface. Keep it in your mind. Land covers 29% and water covers 71%. The solid outer layer of the earth, consisting of various rocks and minerals. I am repeating, the solid layer of the earth consisting of various rocks and minerals, that is called the lithosphere. And you know, it is Greek word lithos, which means rock. The lithosphere includes all types of land masses. The large land masses are called continents, while the large water bodies that surround the continents, they are called oceans. I am repeating it. The large land masses, they are now called continents, while the large masses of water, or you can say large water bodies that surround the continents, they are called oceans. So overall there are 7 continents, dear students, and these are according to their size. These are, means I am telling it from largest to smallest. So according to their size, continents are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. So Asia is the largest and Australia is smallest. The continents are not evenly distributed over the surface of the earth. Two of them, Europe and North America, they are completely in the northern hemisphere. So now we will discuss about the continents, dear students. So Africa is the second largest continent. And you know where it lies? So it lies between 37 degree north and 35 degree south latitudes, and between 18 degree west and 51 degree east longitudes. And if we will talk about its north south and east west extent, so north south extent is about 8,000 kilometers, while its east west extent is at 12 degree north, parallel is about 7,200 kilometers. Africa is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea in the north, the Red Sea in the northeast, the Indian Ocean in the east, and the Atlantic Ocean in the west. Africa almost touches Europe and Asia at the Strait of Gibraltar, the Isthmus of Suez, and the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb. Africa was unknown to the rest of the world until the middle of the 19th century, as inland penetration was difficult and dangerous. So the Europeans called Africa the Dark Continent. Okay, and almost the whole of Africa was colonized by the Europeans. Now there are more than 50 independent nations in Africa. How many nations? 50 independent nations. The continent has a huge plateau surface. There are no high mountains in Africa or extensive plains. So special physical features include vast deserts and the Great Rift Valley, the peaks of volcanic origin at Mount Kenya and Mount Kilimanjaro. Nile is the most important river of Africa, and the main deserts are Sahara, Kalahari and Namib. The Congo Basin, that is an important low-lying area. Now about Asia. So Asia is the largest continent in the world in terms of area as well as in terms of population. It extends from about 10 degrees south to 80 degrees north latitudes, and from about 25 degrees east to 170 degrees east longitudes. The north-south extent is 8,500 km, while east-west extent is 9,600 km, dear students. Major part of Asia is in the northern hemisphere. Asia is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, dear students. In the east, the Arctic Ocean in the north, the Indian Ocean in the south, and the Ural Mountains in the west. How Asia is surrounded? The Bering Strait separates Asia from North America, and the Suez Canal separates the continent from Africa. And you know that Asia is a land of high mountains, vast plateaus, extensive plains and fertile river valleys. The Himalayas are the highest mountain range in the world. Tibet is the highest plateau, and Mountain Everest, it is the highest peak of the world, that is 8,848 meters, and the Dead Sea 418 meters below the sea level. The lowest part of the earth are found in Asian continent. Therefore, Asia is known as the continent of extremes. The great river valleys have been centers of early civilizations. The southern plateaus are made up of hard rocks, and the Arabian plateau is a dry desert, dear students. Arabian plateau is a part, and that is dry desert. The island groups of Japan, Philippines and Indonesia, they lie towards the east and southeast of Asia. Some islands along the Pacific Ocean coast have dormant and active volcanoes. So there are many uniqueness. Asia is very unique. That's why it is also known as continent of extremes. Now about Australia. So Australia is the smallest continent and the sixth largest country in the world. Australia is a continent as well as is a country also. So it is the smallest continent, but it is sixth largest country in the world. Along with New Zealand and other nearby islands, it is called Australasia. It extends from about 10 degrees south to 44 degree south latitudes and from about 112 degree east to 154 degree east longitude. Australia, it lies to the southeast of Asia, and it is separated from Indonesia by the Arafura Sea and Torres Strait, from the New Zealand by the Tasman Sea, and from Antarctica by the Indian Ocean. This is separated like that. The east-west extent is about 3,900 km and north-south extent is about 4,300 km. Abel Tasman, a Dutchman, he explored parts of Australia in 1642. The early European settlers were actually British convicts. So they were the Britishers who settled in Australia earlier. Australia became independent on 1st January 1901. And now it is divided into 6 states and 2 centrally administered territories. Canberra is the capital of Australia. A major part of Australia is a plateau with a few low isolated mountain ranges. The main physical features include the Great Dividing Range towards the east, the central lowland and the western desert. So there are lots of things in Australia. If we talk about the main physical features, they are Great Dividing Range towards the east, central lowland, that is also known as Great Artesian Basin, and the western desert. The Great Barrier Reef is a unique feature found along the northeastern coast of Australia, and it is built by corals. Now about Antarctica, dear students. So Antarctica is the 5th largest continent. It is centered roughly around the South Pole. Okay, it is centered roughly around the South Pole, and due to thick ice cover, it is known as the White Continent. Because it has thick ice cover. Antarctica is roughly circular in shape and extends beyond the Antarctic Circle. Antarctica is surrounded by the Pacific, the Atlantic and the Indian Oceans. The continuous water body is also called the Southern Ocean. The mainland of this continent, it was discovered in 1820, dear students. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959, permits the use of the continent only for peaceful purposes. Several nations of the world have established their scientific study stations in Antarctica. And the first Indian team touched the icy continent on 9 January 1982 and established Dakshin Gangotri there. The 18th expedition in 1988-89 established another station, Mat 3, about 70 km away from Dakshin Gangotri. Antarctica has a couple of mountain ranges and a vast plateau around the South Pole. It has a few known resources, and the continent provides the great scope for the scientific study. It is also called the continent of science. So many countries of the world, they are having their stations at Antarctica. So that's all for today's topic, dear students. In next class, we will discuss about more. We will discuss about Europe, North America, then South America, and after that we will go to hydrosphere. We will discuss the different types of oceans and then finally atmosphere. That's all, dear students. And what you have to do today, you have to read all the topics carefully. Okay? So thank you and have a nice day.